Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy, and welcome to the Lakebed Temple. We've heard so much about this place for much too long, and here we are at last. I gotta show you this thing that happened to me in a recording that I didn't end up wanting to use of the intro. Check it out. Wow, that was unfair! Yeah, I came down off of that lever and I just instantly died. Instantly got hurt. A little bit of housekeeping. I drank the red potion that we got at the end of the last video and then came back in here and got another red potion. It can be a helpful thing to pay attention to where choo-choos spawn. Hello. Whoa, that's treacherous. Whoa, don't you think you ought to knock down the stalactites hanging off the ceiling first? They don't look very stable. I bet they'd break pretty easily if you hit them with enough force, don't you think? Quick tip. You can indeed turn water bombs into bomb arrows. No, you cannot fire them underwater. You're consuming a precious resource for no good reason at all, and you should really watch yourself with which bombs that you are turning into bomb arrows. Now I was saying, pay attention to where you see choo-choos. Back when we found that rare choo-choo over by Lake Hylia, that was indeed a rare occurrence. My yelling and blowing out your drums was warranted. Your mileage may vary on that one depending on how badly I damaged you, but you understand. Whereas these choo-choos, there will always be red and purples in the lobby of the Lakebed Temple. Similarly, the Lake Hylia Cavern will always have all yellows, meaning that you can fill up your lamp oil in the area if you are ever in the area. Pay attention to little things like that. See what choo-choos spawn when revisiting an area multiple times. It might just save you and give you the item that you need. Now, welcome to the center. Welcome to pure sensuality. I could just stay here and listen to the water. Here we have a new enemy. This is Elizalfos. Shield attack works really well. Right in the hip. Thank you. Yeah, shield bashing them, shooting them with an arrow, either or frees you up to be able to do a finishing move on them, taking them out quite handily. They normally have a lot of health. Oh, I want to... must get. Oh my god, you can actually smash that pot through the fence. All right, come with me. Join me through the fence. No, I can't do that, okay. We'll be back here in a moment. So this place is the center of the dungeon. You're gonna be coming through here a lot of different which ways. It's got multiple layers, and it's got multiple ways out. Let's talk to Midna real quick. This is one huge temple. Just trying to find a single key is gonna take a lot of effort. Just do me a favor and don't get lost. I always took that as a jab at the players who found the water temple too difficult and annoying, and like it just took so long for you to find one small key so that you could then open up another room on the clear other side of the dungeon. It's just what it felt like to me. I'm gonna be talking to Midna quite fairly often in this dungeon because she has a lot to say and she can give you some additional lore on places. She has opinions about things and I haven't really been using it enough, so I wanted to do that. Let's do it out here actually, see if she says anything different. No, nothing different. Okay, it's considered the same room. You can see on the map there that it is all one area. This is a blue Tektite. No difference from a red Tektite. I recommend shooting them in the eye if you have the arrows to spare. If not, they are quite weak and not really the best use of an arrow in a desperate situation. Over this way. Yeah, nice. I used 3 arrows to take out 1 Tektite. We're doing wonderfully. So I'll grab this. Got 20 arrows. Almost topped off. And then we want to pull the lever. So a thing that I had written in my notes is just how much of just a buff Chad this Link is. Just what a meathead. What, like... There's a certain word that I hear Family Jewels use a lot, and I'm not really sure if it's appropriate though, but I think you know which word I'm talking about. But yeah, I have this written in my notes that Link arm wrestled Chuck Norris and won without any milk. You can tell I wrote some of these notes a long time ago. But another thing that I wrote is that, dude, Midna is Yzma and Link is Kronk. You cannot tell me that they're not like that. Just, he carries her around everywhere. He does all of her bidding. He is so freaking buff. He really doesn't have any autonomy of his own. He just kind of goes along with whatever she says, and she's just always talking down to us. It's Yzma and Kronk. Phew, free at last. Gracious, you're that nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, now that we found each other again, let's stick together for a bit. I'll be right with you, so if you want to warp out, just let me know. You're reunited with Uku. Those kind characters will let you out of this dungeon and return you to where you were. Set those two and call those with Y, X, or R. Link doesn't look grossed out when seeing those anymore. Just a little bit of growth for you. So we got a locked door there. Out of all of the dungeons to use Uku in, I would say this one is an F tier for sure. It's probably Uku's least useful appearance. There's choo-choos everywhere in this dungeon. You also can't use Uku underwater, and you'll be doing a fair bit of combat underwater, so she's not really useful in tight spots. And then, let's pull this lever right here. There's also the fact that you can just go back to the lobby and there's chews there anyway, and the nearest place to heal outside the dungeon is the Spring of the Spirit Lanayru. Not exactly accessible or quick to get to. Some of you made fun of me because I was not exactly taking advantage of the Goron hot spring that was outside of the Goron mine, so I didn't need to be so desperate with my health and barely staying alive the entire dungeon, so I acknowledge that, but I guess now that I've realized the error of my ways, Uku's kind of no longer that helpful, and I don't think we'll be using her. We also have 3 bottled items. I think we're doing great. So that back there was a Helmasaur. That's a new enemy. We don't have a good way of dispatching them because they're armored on everything except for their behind. So our best way of taking them out is just getting behind them and slashing, or doing a back slice. It can be a little hard to do in the narrow spaces that you tend to fight them in, though. Now, okay, so there's nothing down here. I took this kind of a strange way. I gotta climb up this ivy again. Hold on a second. I wanna go back to the main area really quick because I feel like I should have something by now and I don't. Why, yes! It was right next to the door that we left to that hall through. Right there is the dungeon map. Good thing I realized it. We gotta talk about this map. Uh-huh. Yeah. These top floors might just be a pair of towers, but this is ludicrously complex compared to what we have seen so far. This is kind of the moment where I feel like they say, we're not screwing around anymore. You're gonna be here a long time. The last time that I played this dungeon, I remember it took me a little over 2 hours, and that was with knowing what I was doing. So yeah, gonna be here a while. On that note, one of my most vivid memories playing this game was this period of time where it was summer vacation, and I didn't have internet for like 2 months. And as you can imagine, that was mind-numbing for me. Just not being able to talk to my friends that I'd made over the internet, because, you know, I didn't really have many friends in real life. I mostly made friends over the internet. And I couldn't talk to any of them. I was just so cut off from, like, information. I couldn't look up things in games when I was lost or stuck. Ah, I see. Stalactite. Or stalagmite. Or I never get it right. So I was very sectioned off. I couldn't really look up things in games when I needed help, and I played this dungeon for the first time in that context. And I remember staying up all night, playing through this dungeon, not really knowing where to go, having to just look at the map and go, okay, I haven't been there, let's try that. Okay, no, not there. Okay, let's go over this way. And just having to figure it out like back in the old days when you didn't have a strategy guide, and it's a super vivid memory of mine. Now, I said that I played this game around the time that it released, and I just said that I played this on summer vacation. Come on, no. There we go, pop, pop. Got a small key. It'll open a locked door only in this area. We want to take that back to the central hall. What say you, Midna? Do you remember which door was locked? The door was surrounded by red rocks, I think. Unlike you, I've got a memory like a steel trap. Back in the main hall, I remember that it was up here. I got a pretty good memory myself. Enough of a good memory to tell you that I just said that I was playing this game on summer vacation, but I also said that I played it around release earlier, and that was in November of the previous year. The thing is, the first time that I played this game, I stopped right outside the Lakebed Temple and played no further. I was hyped as heck for this game, but that was for a couple reasons. Number one being that just after the release of this game, I moved across the country from Arizona to Florida, and if you're outside the United States, that is thousands of miles. So there was that. So that was a big life-changing event. I didn't exactly have the capability to plug in my Wii and play this game for like a good week as we were driving across the country. Oh, no, 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 we are not doing this. Gotcha. But the other reason was, I know that this is a bit more gnarly than some of the things that I talk about on this channel, but at the time I was dating an abusive girlfriend, shortly after this game's release, like after moving, I was dating this abusive girlfriend who was just horrible to me. She would belittle me all the time. She would call me stupid. She would mock me for things that I enjoyed, and chief among those was this game. I remember that she, you know, she would get like really mad at me for like enjoying mainstream video games and everything, and I just kind of dealt with it because, well, you know, a gamer girl, how rare is that? You know, like I hit the jackpot. Like I gotta just deal with this. I was young and I talked myself into a bad relationship that I really had no business being in because I didn't have a greater sample size than one. I didn't really know any better. I will not name this person, it's completely irrelevant now. This is, you know, back when I was like 15. But, yeah, they belittled me a lot, and we ended up not lasting much longer after this, and shortly after we broke up was when I got back into this game and tried it out again and played the Lakebed Temple finally, and I got quite a lot further in my second attempt. I will follow up on this story a little later when I tell you about where I stopped playing after that, but yeah, I did make it quite a bit further. She was, yeah, we didn't last much longer after that. Unironically, one of the final straws in that relationship was her mocking me for enjoying Paper Mario, and yeah, you insult my Paper Mario, you're messing with the man. I didn't do anything to her. I just kind of cried a lot when I was with her and didn't really understand what I was doing wrong. I was young and stupid and didn't really understand like the give and take of a relationship all that well. I'm gonna pull out my slingshot and use this while I still can. Take you out. This is another area that has fixed spawns. These will always be 1 red and 2 purples. I gotta say phooey on that girl. Okay, so, I was dating her when Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out, and I remember that she wanted to, I think she wanted to like start a new game so that she could get like the other starters or something, and she gave me her Pokemon to hold on to. When she gave me her Pokemon to hold on to so that she could do this, but she had this really awful outburst at me, and we ultimately broke up before I returned them to her. So I just kept her legit event Jirachi from a trip to Japan that she did and never responded to her messages where she wanted it back. I viewed it as payment for putting up with her crap. All right, so Helmasaur's here. Like I said, it's a little hard to get space there. I think I'm just gonna ignore you and move on. I'm 0% mad about this whole thing, by the way. She taught me a lot, you know, taught me what I don't want to look for in a partner and just like what you shouldn't put up with in a relationship. But she was a significant part of my experience with this game and why I didn't play it until then. And I guess she inadvertently led to me having a pretty rich experience playing this in the context that I did. This right here, Demantis in the Bubble is what my name calls it. No, he is a chew worm, I think? Yes, chew worm. They use our juice as a shield, and we can't do anything about it. They are completely invincible to us. We have no business fighting them. We need to just move on with our lives. So, now, can't do anything there. I really gotta learn to not go after pots. Oh look, pots! Useless gold. Only 6 more rupees until we're maxed out. We are gonna hit the rupee cap so freaking hard by the end of this dungeon. I remember there being an orange rupee in this place. There's no way that we're not gonna hit it. With us shooting arrows so much lately, I want to tell you about one of my favorite pieces of cut content, because there actually is some. The Wii Remote speaker sounds are lost content because the Wii U didn't have a speaker in its, well, it did have a speaker in the gamepad actually though, but it doesn't have this feature at all. Like, it's just not, it's straight up not in the game. This is one of the coolest ideas, and I wish Nintendo would bring it back. It's in the PlayStation controllers, and the whole idea of back then shooting an arrow from your motion controller, aiming it with your actual hand, and then hearing the arrow leave the controller and go to the TV and hit your enemy. It was a cool feeling. It was marred by horrible audio quality and technical limitations of 2006, but that's what I'm saying. It deserves another shake. It's a good idea, and it's super cool that Nintendo really popularized the idea, and I wish they'd bring it back. That and analog triggers. They were the masters of analog triggers for a good couple generations, and then just pretended like they never happened. It was awfully strange, I gotta say. Next, we're gonna go up. And we got this lever. Pull the lever! Oh man, my local water park is gonna open in like a week and a half after recording this, and I've already bought my annual pass, and oh, I'm so excited. I wanna go down the water slides and be on rafts and have fun. I'm trying to work up to going on big coasters. I rode my first big coaster last year. I rode the Great American Scream Machine at Six Flags Over Georgia, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wanna ride something else. I've heard that Twisted Cyclone at that park is incredible, and like that's the next one that I should ride because it's not super scary. I've never been upside down before on a coaster, but yeah, I really, really love it. At present, my favorite coaster is Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot. I love it so much. That guy is like, no, let me through. I'm part liquid. I can go through these bars. Okay, okay. So now that we've got the water up and running, this water runs between rooms. There's grates at the bottoms of these doors. It's all a great big giant interconnected incredible machine. It's a pretty fabulous dungeon idea. Midna, we haven't talked to you in a little while. So this whole temple is like one giant waterway. Great. Not only is it huge, but it's full of water-powered mechanisms. I suppose here to protect the few shadow, but I wish there was some way to take advantage of it. Why, there is, my dear, elementary. We can walk through this water wheel. Yeah, oh God, that's a blue. That is a blue. Get away from my blue. Get away from my blue. Get away from my blue. I want that. Okay, drink that. Get my 1 heart back. This is how you do it. You juggle health like this. Scoop, get a better potion, and we come out ahead. Got blue chew in your bottle. It replenishes all hearts. Taking that hell off of my hotkeys because I don't want to use it. I just called it a hotkey. I am so lame. Take you out through the bars. I just love taking things out from the other sides of fences. That's the other. Oh my God! What? That is not by the boss. At least I don't think it is. Come over here. Yes, we got it. Fairies are your only way of healing in the water. You cannot use potions while swimming. In fact, you can't use a lot of items while swimming. That is going to be a godsend to us. We are now so much tankier. You are vulnerable in the water here. Whoa, that is gelatinous and gross. And, oh God, hi. I'm gonna go out. I'll meet you guys back over by the central spire. Oh, hello. Never mind, I'm not meeting you back by the central spire. This room is the place where we got the first small key. It's better to just jump down. Can't do anything with that bridge yet. By doing this, you save a lot of time. You don't have to go through the main hall again. You can just hop up here. Yeah, I haven't done this yet. So we'll do that. filling that in. And then we go through this the other way, bringing us back up here to the moving platforms. There's a couple different ways that we can go, but I want to go to the one in the back first. Huh. I guess what I'm trying to say about what I was saying earlier about that girl I was dating is you can't let other people control what you enjoy doing. You know, you can't let people just like ban everything that you like. I stopped playing this game that I was looking forward to for years, all because it made her unhappy that I was playing it. And I don't know if she realized how much that was affecting me, but this game was important to me realizing that you just gotta like what you like. You know, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you can enjoy what you want to enjoy. And I was wrong, it was this door that we wanted. That's the takeaway. Not what kind of person she was or anything like that, just that. And there we go. Hoist that open, getting another small key. Now I can go to the back room. Oh, hi, okay. Well, we'll go through here. And is this what I think it is? No, it's not. Okay, so nothing to do here. I'll meet you back over by that room where we couldn't do anything where the locked door was. Open the door. Now we plunge into the depths to pluck the plunder. A lot of pla words. I like pla, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Those are berries, B-A-R-I, berry. Yeah, not all the other numerous ways that you probably thought of to spell it before that. They are jellyfish-like enemies. We can't really hurt them when they are all zappy. Are we gonna, I thought we just blew them up. Wait, did we? Oh, no, it was just him going all jiggly before he goes all zappy. Okay, as you do. This is a shell trap. I think I called it a giant man-eating clam before. They're just a simple timing enemy, shield, when they're charging at you, and then when they open their mouths, you can rip apart their tendon. I suppose I could talk about how when I was a kid, I thought that shells were formed naturally by the sediment of the ocean and not by the animals. I thought animals in the ocean were just like hunks of meat that would find these things that the ocean was making to live inside of, not the other way around. Uh-huh. Equip the bow. Equip the bow. Uh-huh. Lever's broken. Who could have done this? Was it you? Or was it you? Our first big boy encounter, the Deku Toad! It throws these little guys, they are called Toados, at you, and it's kind of hard to not get messed up by them real bad, because they come after you in such great numbers. I'd recommend the arrow to cull their numbers a little bit. Once you take them all out, she is enraged. And she's a fat-ass mom! Thank you. My, that music was well-timed with that. Do a jump attack, follow up with some stabs. By doing that, you should be pretty good doing a lot of damage. According to the lore, this is a mature Toad Poli, the enemies that we saw back in the Goron mines. Oh, I can shoot them off the back. That's nice, I didn't know that. Do that. Go, 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 go. Shing! Oh, no. Do a quick spin attack, good to go. I'm gonna throw on my bomb arrows. Go, go, go. Can I? Yeah, don't fight them, feed them. Something spicy, know what I mean? Yeah, you can just take her out in one hit per cycle like that. We'll pop back on our arrows. I only got 9 of these suckers left, so we gotta be careful. I say as I miss. Ha! Come on, quick spin attack. Thank you. Cool. Stab you. I have killed an entire generation of your children 3 times! What do you have to say to that? Showing off your girth? Well, I am missing. No, I don't know why that missed so many times, but okay! She looks so done. I'm gonna show you the official art of the Toados. They look like a meme reaction. You got the claw shot! This is a claw at the end of a long chain. Hold it with Y, X, or R. Aim with the left stick and release to fire. Latch onto places where you see to jump great distances. Use the left stick while hanging down from the ceiling to move up and down. This is an evolution of the classic hookshot item, and oh my god, is it cool. The hookshot is just pure science fiction awesomeness. It's the Zelda version of the lightsaber. Everybody wishes they had one. It's amazing. It would be dangerous as crap if you had something that strong that, you know, could just shoot out of, you know, a handheld device. But it's just a neat idea. It's just a cool weapon. I can never say enough good about it. I'm kind of surprised that the hookshot hasn't come back in like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, because you feel like it'd be right at home there with all the mountain climbing you do and stuff, but I don't know, maybe they just thought it was, you know, there are cases where sometimes an item is too good for the game that it's in, where the game just becomes all about using that item and you don't really use any of the other tools at your disposal, so perhaps maybe that was why. You just latch onto things, and you can weigh down that target, opening the way back to the center. With that done, I think we're gonna stop there. Next time on The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, we take our spoils from this rough encounter and see where we can go. Oh, hey, wait, before I do anything else. Yeah, the claw shot takes that. You can also throw it at him and it will do damage. He's so saggy. Okay, see you guys then. Oh God!